feet. Inhale, reach up. And exhale to sweep down. Good, one more time. Reach the arms overhead, maybe a yawn or two. And exhale to fold. Then from here, rise up, walk your way over to your playlist. We're gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1. Hit play now. Come on over to your space. And we're gonna start with a basic squat. So our feet are about shoulder width apart. Drop into that squat, wiggle those toes around, and rise. Inhale, drop, and exhale, rise. Don't worry about the tempo quite yet. We're focusing mostly on that range of motion. Inhale, exhale, pop up. Drop it down and squeeze. And when I say squeeze, I want you to really accentuate the gluteal tuck. The squat can be really primarily quadricep focused if we don't squeeze our glutes. So think about really driving those hips forward. Beautiful. Finishing in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet wide apart. Good. Right here, right leg drop. Drop and lift. Drop and lift. Inhale, exhale. Let's add a little twist. Drop it and twist over to that right side. So what we're doing here is we're warming up the brain and the body by adding a little coordination and balance. Last one, and switch your side. So I'm dropping into that left leg, rise up, and come down. So we're gonna add that twist here in a second. You'll notice one side is better than the other. I mean, look at me, right? My first side was gorgeous, and then my second side's like, burr, 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 burr. It's just one of those things. Couple more here, give me 4, rise, 3, starting to feel that heart rate warm. Last one, jacks. And if you're not jumping today, or if you have shoulder stuff, you can bring it into a lower range of motion or modify the arms right in front of the chest. Your choice, your world. You've got 8, nice Steph. Good Keiko, finish in 6. Good Julie, 4, good Karen, 2, and 1. Step the right foot forward, right here. It's a step, switch, and step. Nice, lunge, rise, and lunge. From the side, I'm taking a large enough step so that the heel of my foot lands in front without the knee coming super far forward. Nice. Awesome, next up we've got more cardio. It's a hamstring pull, glute kick, 3, 2, and 1. Roll those shoulders back, bring those heels into the seat. If you're not jumping, bring it down to a low impact curl. Abs in tight, nice. Move your arms, good Amanda. 8, 7, nice Sarah. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hands to your mat, step back to plank and hold. Take a look at your wrist creases, make sure they're parallel to the top of your mat, and claw your mat. So you're pressing into the fingertips as much as you're pressing into the heels of your hands. Right foot forward right here, it's right, open, center, and switch. Last one, right, left, open, center, and then drive it back to a down dog. Walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Roll yourself up to stand. If you need a sip of water, grab it. Your first activity is body weight only. So we're gonna get started with the right leg moving, then the left leg will move on the second 30 seconds. All right, team, we ready? Say yes. 3, 2, and 1. It's a front curtsy, back curtsy, knee, and same side. Here we go. Front, back, knee. Repeat. Forward, backward, knee. Repeat. Forward, backward, knee. From the side. Front, back, lift. Again. Front, back, lift. If you're not on the tempo of the music, it's not a big deal. Use it as a motivator. Nice. Switch legs. 3, 2, and 1. Left leg goes. Front, back, knee, center. Front, back, knee, center. Front, back, knee, and center. Finish it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. Shake it off. You have a lateral hop and tap the floor, all right? 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. I'm just hopping to the right. My left fingertips come to the floor, then the left. My right fingertips come to the floor. From the side, little tiny shuffle. Keep your back flat, stick your hips out. So we get that heart rate up with a little impact. Good. 8, 7, good. Couple more seconds, good. 4, good Rachel, nice Sarah. 2, and time, rest. That's the end of the block, okay? So your second round of this, we're not gonna let the leg land. We're actually gonna find balance in that side bend. Then we're gonna come forward, backward, side bend. All right, no landing in the left leg. If you need a sip of water, grab it. Otherwise, shake it out. Notice where you're holding tension. We start in 5, 3, 2, and we go. Front, back, bring it in. Keep the balance. Front, back, bring it in. Return. Front, back, bring it in. Good. So I feel a little side action as I crunch to my left side body. Nice. And we'll switch sides here in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and shake it off. Right leg moves. Come in front of the toes, come behind the heel, bring it in, and repeat. Front, back, hold. If you need to land the foot like I just did, do that. Take care of yourself. Balance is tough, especially on the second side. It's why we started on the left this time first. Finish it strong for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Lateral shuffle, tap. So if I'm heading over to my right, I'm touching the floor with my left. And how to make this harder? Make it a bigger movement. How to make it easier, slow it down, land the feet, and you don't have to touch the floor, just bring the hand right between the knees. Last 7 seconds, good. Nice, Keiko, good Karen, good Denise, and that is time. Okay, so as you know, in this third round, we do our minute burner. With the minute burner, you're gonna want one of your weights. You'll need your mat and you'll need your weight, okay? Just so you know where we're headed next. Sip of water if you're ready. And let's set it up for our third and final round. Pick a leg and stick to it. Timer starts now. I'm gonna move with the right first. I'm gonna bring it forward, back, knee, forward, back, knee. Maybe I add in a little balance and kick. Forward, back, knee, maybe kick, right? That's a way to kind of continually challenge that balancing leg. Nice, Anna. Good, you do get off that heel as you bring it back. 3, 2, and 1, switch sides, my left. It's cross, back, knee, maybe add that kick. I lost my balance, right? It is what it is. I'm working at the best of my ability. I'm, of course, breathing through the movement. All we have left are those taps, and then we're down on the floor for our burner. What is our burner? We're gonna move in from forearm plank to side plank for the burner on this one. Finish strong. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's that cross and tap. I want you to imagine you're karate chopping something right between the shins. Push the air out of your belly. Really try to expel the air as much as you can. Now, in a moment, we're coming down to the forearms in forearm plank. If you need to hold it still, you hold it still. Come with me now, forearm plank, 60-second hold. Now, you're gonna move over to the right, come back through center, move over to the left. Keep those hips high. If this is a little too much, come down to the knees and hold here. You can also lift up off the knees, roll to one side, come back through center, set the knees down, lift them back up and roll to the other side. There's a lot of opportunity here to grow your strength, and you've got about 25 more seconds to move at a pace that you feel is effortful but attainable. So really dial in with your breathing, your posture, your alignment on that forearm to shoulder group, especially if you're working off of any injuries or discomfort. So really dialing in on how that feels for 6, 5, 4. You're gonna get a minute rest right here at 2 and 1. Okay, so that was your first block of work. See, it's totally doable, yes? In your second block of work, I do recommend 5-pound weights. If you're really conditioned and you wanna go a little heavier, I say 8s. I'm gonna do this with my 5s. Everything we're doing in this block, we can do this standing. So if you wanna stand up, feel free. If you wanna stay seated on a couch or something or a chair, you can. I'm gonna demonstrate what's happening. Really slow tempo. So the weights are at the sides of the body. You're gonna lift them up nice and slow and lower them down nice and slow. That's the first 30 seconds. The second 30 seconds is a front pull. So I'm gonna turn those palms up and out and back through center. And then the third 30 seconds, the arms are behind the head and you're doing a triceps extension. All right, everything is slow. Timer starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slow up, hold, slow down. You only have 30 seconds. We're only gonna get a few reps in here, but the key here is we're gonna do 3 rounds of these things. So you'll start to feel the arms pretty quickly. The legs can do whatever they need to do. Make sure you're pulling your ribs in, abs in tight. Nice. The second action, in my opinion, is the hardest one to kind of get right. So focus on keeping those fingertips nice and loose. Okay, so turn those palms back behind you. Pull the arms up and back. Return through the groin. Pull and return. My thumbs are down, my pinkies are up. I feel a lot of work in my back, my shoulders, and I also feel this in my abs. Slow and controlled. We're gonna move across and back behind the head in 4, 3. Give me one more big raise. Bring it behind the head. Slow release, slow rise. I have one foot in front of me for a little more stability here. I also feel a little less pressure on my back. If it's too much to have the weights over the head, another modification could be that you're kicking them back here. So nice and slow at this tempo with a different positioning, or same group up and over the head. Nice. Finishing strong in 6, 5. Go slower for 3, 2, and last press. Okay, so now you know what we're doing with the arms. If you think you can advance by adding weight, you can. The timing module remains the same, 30, 30, 30. Did you feel your arms? Just a little bit? Cool. If you don't feel them, now's the time to push yourself, right? So I'm gonna try to do my 8s, but I'm not gonna guarantee you I'm gonna keep them. All right, round 2, 3, 2, and 1. It's slow up, and slow down. Yeah. We're not doing very many, so it's more about quality over quantity. Go as slowly as you can. Think about 3 seconds up and 3 seconds down with letting shoulders elevate. So keep that space from ears to shoulders. Good. 4, 3, 2. Turn the palms to face the body, thumbs up. So for me, this is a little intense. I'm gonna set my 8s down and grab my 5s so I can do this well. My elbows have a soft bend in them. My abs draw in as I reach those arms up. I'm leading with the pinky finger rising. Yeah. Carefully, don't let the ribs flare. Nice and slow, no momentous pull. We're gonna go back behind the head in 5, 4, hello arms. 3, 2, bring it back behind the head. For me, I had my right foot forward last time, so this time I have my left foot forward as an alternative, right? Again, an alternative to this, if your arms are really just not loving being behind your head, you could do this here with the kickback. Either way, you're working the tricep group. This positioning is a little harder because the arms are above the heart, which actually raises the heart rate. So think about drawing those elbows in. Can you move slower as we wrap up this effort in 3, in 2, and that is time. Now, the only person on the screen that knows that we're doing push-ups is Sarah, because I told her before we started. We're doing push-ups as the burner, but good news is we're gonna do a little twist on the push-up. It's gonna be a little bit easier in my humblest of humble opinions. If you wanna use your 8s, keep them. If you wanna use something a little lighter, keep those. Last round, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Lateral raise, up, 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 slow release. Yes. Shh. Yeah, the weight is suddenly feeling much heavier than it did in the first round. At least I'm saying that for me. I don't know, because I'm not in your body, but I want to think about rising up with control, not with momentum. Nice, Stephanie, you got it. Woo! Hello, my left arm is saying no to this. So I'm going to transfer over to my lighter weights. Good, palms face the groin. Pull the arms up and back and release. So we're working that upper back group. Shh. And slow release. And if you're like me, starting to kind of piddle out, you can do one arm and then do the other arm, right? So you're doing a little bit less, but you still have that same time under tension. Nice, Julie, that looks good. Good, Rachel. Use that exhale. I can't hear you, but I'm assuming you are creating sound. Bring it behind the head. Here we go. And for those of you doing that bent over kickback, can you bend over even more and extend those elbows back behind the ribs? Get a bigger range of motion. Maybe even move a little bit slower. Ooh, oh my gosh, I'm sweating. Now, I'm gonna adjust my camera so you can see what's next. You keep going with these tricep overhead extensions. And what we have next is a lizard push-up. So right foot's gonna come forward, hands on the floor, bend the elbows, and then switch over to the left. Come with me here, 60 seconds. I'm bending the elbows down and back, bringing one foot forward, and then moving into the push-up. So you're actually getting your heel and both hands to help. If you want to jump switch the legs, you could, but I love this because I get a nice stretch through my flexor group. Nice. Good, Sarah, you got it. Breathe. Good, Amanda. Nice, Denise. Woo! I see Jeremy Smith doing some laundry. Yes, sir. Get it done. I like that role reversal. You've got 10 more seconds. Yes, Anna Lennis, keep going, girl. Awesome job, team. You're almost there. Get a Keiko. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's your final push-up for the day. What? She's nice. How did she get so nice? So come on over to your computer screen. Let's all grab a quick sip of water. You're 2 blocks down. You've got 2 more blocks to go. So in block number 3, we're gonna use our heavy weights together. So for me, I'm using my 8s. I'm gonna put them together. We're gonna hold an isometric lunge, so you won't need much mat, okay? I'm gonna demonstrate this for you first from the side. So I'm gonna have that knee hovering off the floor. My 8s are together. I'm gonna pocket that weight across the left hip and then chop over my right ear. Pocket and chop. All right, then we switch sides. This is 16 pounds. We'll do one side and then the other. Your third block starts in 4, 3, 2, bend that back knee, and here we go. Shh. Shh. For me, I get really dizzy if I follow this with my head, neck, and shoulders. So you might notice that I'm keeping my eye vision forward. I'm not looking towards my target because it's just gonna make my equilibrium really challenging to find. Nice, Rachel, that looks good. Pocket and press. Good, Amanda, bend your knees a little bit more, everybody, you got this. 2 and 1, switch legs, I meant. Left foot forward, pocket in the right hip. Bend your back knee. How low can you get? So if I'm looking at you in your screen, your knee looks like it's down, but it ain't. Yeah? You're hovering over that mat with the right knee. Super strong team. 3, 2, set one of your dumbbells down. You just need one. Good, feet are wide apart, bend both knees. Pivot, press, pivot, press. You're getting off the back heel. Notice my knees are super duper bent. So I feel this a lot in my core, my legs, and my arms. So we're putting it all together as we pivot and punch, which also post-exhausts the chest group from the push-ups we just finished. 2, and that's time. Okay, so on set 2, if you want to keep your second dumbbell and do that push forward, that's going to advance this movement. If you need to go down in weight, you could use your lighter weights or body weight works. That was set 1. We have 2 more sets in our third block. Yes? Good? All right, I'm going to try these 8s, but I struggle busting my way through. So left foot forward, right foot back, hover that right knee, pocket in the right, twist over to the left. Oh my gosh, balance is being challenged. Modification if you need it. Drop the dumbbells off, palms together. Yep, so you're working the back of your body too by pressing your hands together. Even though we don't have any weight doesn't mean that we aren't working something, right? Can we all bend our knees a little more? Last one, and we'll switch sides. So keeping the dumbbells, switching the leg forward, and beginning on the right. This one we can move a little faster if we want, or we can stay with that slow tempo. It's totally your choice. On that last action, I'm going to use my 5s because my legs are starting to just burn. Even though the arms have the weights, the legs feel the load too. Separate the feet, weights in front of the chest, punch, and switch. So the pivot actually trains the feet to work really hard, right? And if you're wearing shoes, that's totally fine. I chose not to wear shoes because I'm finding the more I don't, the more I can find a deeper grip with my feet. And I can also physically see that I'm not curling my toes in, which actually causes plantar fasciitis. It can make it really tense. That's time. All right. So on your third round, here's what's happening. We have our burner. Our burner is an isometric bicep curl with a reverse lunge and kick, all right? Don't worry if you're confused, I will help you out. But first and foremost, sip of coffee or water if you want. Are you glad you came to class? The answer is yes. 3, 2, other leg forward, doesn't matter to me which one. For me, it's my right. Just because I feel strong on my right today, which is actually abnormal for me. I'm usually much better with balance on my left. So kind of playing around with, okay, well, if I'm better on my right today, let's see how my right does if it goes first. So from the side team, I'm actually squeezing that back leg glute. 2 and 1, switch the legs out. Notice that knee loading in front of the ankle, or right in alignment with it, rather. A lot of arm work today. So think about really engaging through the abs and moving from the shoulder heads. Yes. Nice, Sarah, you're looking great. Super strong team, finishing in 4, 3, 2, and time. Good, separate the feet. Keep the weights, we pivot, we punch, we pivot, we punch. And if you want to move a little quicker, you can. Remember, we're going to keep the weights and we're going to hold them like 2 trays for our 60-second burner today. Nice. Good, Denise. Awesome work. 8, 7, 6. Last one over to the right. Last one over to the left. Keep your weights. Bring them right in front of your navel. Feet together. You're going to take a back lunge, front kick, and switch. Back lunge, front kick. Arms Stay exactly where they're at. Lunge it back, kick. So you're not getting your arms help for balance. We're working a little bit of the bicep, which is a post-exhaustion from what we did with the chop. And if you want to move a little quicker, it can be a little more cardiovascular. So really checking in on your neck and your head. If you're squinting your eyes or clenching your jaw, and see if you can let some of that tension that doesn't serve you go. Keep those elbows close to the ribs, like you're hugging something between your elbows and the sides of your waist. You've got 5 seconds, 4, 3, and that's the end of block number 3. So now you've learned 9 of the 12 exercises we finished with today. Speaking of that, for me, I'm gonna unravel my mat all the way because I'm gonna be on the floor. So take your mat, unravel it all the way. We have core work next. So I'm gonna demonstrate what we've got going on in the interim of time that we've got for recovery. I'm gonna use my 5-pound weights on the floor here. So for the first piece, we don't need the weights. Just set them off to the side. All right, so you're gonna do a double and straight leg stretch. My hands come behind my head. I'm gonna take those legs forward, flutter, flutter, bring them in, out, flutter, flutter, bring them in, out, flutter, flutter, bring them in, okay? So if that's confusing, no worries, I'm gonna do it with you. Second piece is a bridge pulse, we'll use the weights, and third piece is a little core challenge. I'll show it to you in a second. So bring the knees into the chest, head, neck, and shoulders lift. Push those legs forward, right, left, pull, left, right, pull, push, left, right, pull, push, right, left, pull, push, left, right, pull, push, right, left, pull, push, left, right. And if you flub it up a little bit, that's okay. Take your dumbbells, place them on your hips, heels down, toes up. You're gonna give me a little tiny bridge pulse. About 2-3 inches. Pressing into the heels, lifting the toes. You're just gonna give me a 1-1 pulse to the sky. Pretty simple stuff. And then we're gonna move into something a little more challenging in the abdominal region next. So we're just working that back body one more time before we work the front body. This is 3, this is 2, and 1. Good, grab your weights, sit up. Nice, from there, I'm gonna lean over to my left, sweep to my right, bring it back into the heart. Lean over to my right, sweep to my left, bring it back into the heart. Left, sweep, pull. Right, sweep, pull. Left, sweep, pull. Right, sweep, pull. And that's a rest. If you felt like the weights were a little too light, grab another set, or maybe grab one heavy, one light, so you've got a little more weight, but nothing crazy. So the weights are off to the side. We'll come back to the mat. If the back of your head or neck is bothering you, you can always use a pillow behind your head. All right, guys, 4, 3, hands to load, 2, 1, double straight leg stretch. It's a lift, extend, extend, and pull. Lift, extend, extend, pull. Lift, push, push, pull. Lift, push, push, pull. Send them forward, separate, separate like scissors. Push them forward, switch the foot forward first. If you forget, it's really not a big deal at all. Just do your best. Yeah, can you continue to curl the upper body? 3, 2, grab your dumbbells of choosing. Those are my 5s today. Heels down, toes up, tiny pulse. So I like doing a bridge after doing something super duper heavy in the front because my flexors tend to take over sometimes if my abs are really sore, which they are from yesterday's class I taught. Amanda might know about it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the weights, sit up. Good, from here, I'm gonna punch across to the right, sweep to the left, bring it in. Punch to the left, sweep across to my right, bring it in. punch to the right, sweep across to my left. If this is too much, drop off one dumbbell, see how you do with a little less load. If that's too much, try it body weight, just kind of moving from side to side, right? If it's not enough, bring it back a little lower so your lower back is on the floor. 3, 2, and 1, that's the end. We've got one more set. Your active recovery for this final effort, hold on a second, I do not have it memorized. Woo, where did it go? Oh yeah, we're on our bellies for that last effort. If you're not on your belly today because you're pregnant or just not feeling well, pop in the chat, we'll figure it out together, okay? All right, set the weights off to the side, hands behind the head, bring the knees into the chest, so turn myself to the side. Good, push the legs forward, right, left, and pull. Push the legs forward, left, right, and pull. Push, scissor, scissor, pull. Push, scissor, scissor, pull. Your goal is to actually lift that upper back off the mat. You're curling up, using that top set of abdominals towards your navel, towards your groin, punch the belly button down. Yes, this looks good, team. Nice, Sarah, elbows out wider. Nice, Amanda, this is 2 and 1. Grab your dumbbells, place them on your hips, heels down, toes up, close to the heels and glutes. Tiny pulse to the sky. Whew. Catch your breath. This isn't meant to exhaust the body. It's a nice way to work that back and glute area, hamstrings too. Then we're going to use those weights for that last bit of work. 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rise up, sit up position, arms, punch to the right, typewriter to the left, punch to the left, typewriter to the right. If I want to add load, I lay back a little more. Woo! Pull it in. Pull it in. Pull it in. Almost there. You've got your burner. I'm going to show you what that is. It's an upper body, upper back action. Flip over onto your stomach. Arms are going to start in a T, okay? Head, neck, and shoulders lift. Feet stay down. I lift the arms out. Forward, upward, forward, and outward. In a T, Y, and I. So from the side, T, Y, I, Y, T. My feet stay down. My head stays lifted without straining my neck. Shh. If that's not working, come to all fours. Do a bird dog, alternating leg and arm. You're only doing this one time. So if you can do some cobras, get some back extension in there, squeeze your seat, you are winning this game. Last 9 seconds and we'll grab a quick child's pose. Yes, Keiko, that looks beautiful. 5, nice, Sarah. 3, 2, and child's pose, rest. Okay, so this is your final recovery. Make sure you sip of water. Make sure you kind of shake anything out that's feeling like it needs a little assistance. Here's the deal. You're gonna do all 12 actions, no rest, in succession. The only thing we don't repeat through are those 4 burners. For example, we're not gonna do that forearm to side plank situation. We're not gonna do that IYT that we just did. We're not gonna see those again. We're not gonna see the push-ups either. Okay, so we can do 12 things, 30 seconds, yes? And then we're done. It's that simple. Where do we start? Standing. Okay, no weights needed for the first 3 things. So just a recall on what's happening. You're coming into that front lunge, back lunge, side bend, maybe add that kick. All right, team. Timer starts in 4, 3, 2. This is your 6 minutes starting right here. I come forward for the curtsy, back for the curtsy, knee, and maybe kick. Forward for the curtsy, back for the curtsy, knee, and maybe kick, right? It's not a necessity. I'm showing it to you if you want it, but most importantly, you're moving, right? So if something's not feeling good, cancel it out. Do the things that do feel good. So if that means you're standing there and you're doing a bunch of side bends, you're winning. That's exactly what I want. Yes. And if that means you're doing something different on side 2, it's all good. Switch sides right here. I'm gonna bring it across my hip, behind my ankle, pull, maybe kick. Across my foot behind, pull and kick. Yes, just so you know where we're headed next. We've got the side shuffle chop, side shuffle chop. That's where we're going next. This is 4. This is 3, 2. Give me that last kick. 1. Awesome time. Here we go. Notice, is your back flat or are you tending to round your spine? See if you can stick your hips and your chest out as you make your way across the length of your mat. What's up next? You're going to be doing the arm work, slow lateral raise. I'm going to be using my 5s for this action because my arms are burned. This is 3, this is 2, and standing up tall. Here we go. Slow raise, release. Eyes forward, shoulders broad, elbows soft. Good, slow release. How slow can you go? Next up, we've got the pinkies forward, thumbs in. All right, 4, 3, 2, turn them in. Here we go. So I notice when I've got my feet parallel like this, I tend to let my ribs flare. So I will stick a staggered stance, and that's gonna help me keep my ribs drawn in. Perhaps if the weight's feeling really heavy, I'm gonna do an alternating arm. Especially if I feel myself kind of whipping the weight, don't do that, just do what I'm doing. I'm doing the modified version for a reason. My arms are tired. All right, up and behind the head, or again, we have our tricep kickback, totally your call. Nice and slow, your elbows tight. Good. Nice and slow. We've got the isometric lunge and cross chop. We're going to keep these weights in hand. I'm going to have my left foot forward first for this one. 5, 4, 3. Last overhead press. My left foot comes forward, my right knee hovers. I pocket the right, I twist to the left. So this is more of a 1-1 tempo. My elbows are soft. Feel that side waist really lengthen out as you press over the shoulder of your left. Nice. 8 seconds. Bend that back knee, squeeze that back glute. 4, 3, 2, switch the legs. Same arms, opposite direction. Pocket in the left, press to the right. Nice. See if you can bend that back knee just another 1/2 inch. Yes, and pressing into the front heel. Wiggle the front toes. Nice, Stephanie, you got it. Good, Denise. Finishing, we have that split stance into a sumo squat and push. 3, 2, keep your weight, straddle your mat. Pivot, press, switch. Press when you get low in your pivot. So you'll press when you end up moving all the way to the sides of your space. Yes, so close. Finishing in 6. We come down to the floor. You'll bring your weights with you. 4, 3, 2. I'm going to bring those weights with me. We're not using them right away. Hands behind the head, knees to table. Push, lift, lift, pull. Push, lift, lift, pull. I want you to keep going with that as I adjust my camera so you can see me on the floor. This is the last 3 actions we've got today. It's 1:42. We're doing great on time. Awesome job. Push, pull, scissor, scissor, pull in. Push, pull, scissor, scissor, pull in. Grab your weights. Heels down, toes up, and we bridge, pulse. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. If you're not squeezing now, I want you to start. You only have to do this for about 12 more seconds today. Then we've got that sit up with the triangular movement arms. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, sit it up, keep the weights. Heels down. Punch to the left, all the way to the right, pull it in. Punch to the right, maybe lean back more, pull it all the way to the left, pull it in. Push, twist, pull, push, twist, pull. Yes, push, twist, pull. You're done in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Set your weights off to the side. Lie yourself back onto your back. Take a moment, just bring the arms into a goalpost. Let's tent the knees inward to each other. So the feet are separated off the mat. The knees are kind of kissing right over the hips. Take a deep breath in through the nose and a loud sigh out of the mouth. When you're ready, heel toe the right foot in. Take the left ankle, cross it over the right thigh. Reach through the window you create, grab the shin bone of your right and pull it in for a pretzel stretch. I like to kind of rock from side to side here. Nice little stretch on my lower back. And then from this position, I'm gonna extend that right leg to the sky, maybe grab between that group between the ankle and the knee. So this is my calf group. Point and flex my right foot, maybe move it around a little bit circularly. And then releasing that right foot. Uncrossing the left, take the right ankle, cross it over the left thigh. Lifting the legs up, reaching through, grabbing for the top of the shin of the left. Hold here and breathe. If you want to kind of move from side to side, that might be nice. Then we're going to extend that leg to the sky. Reach for the calf group if that feels good, or you can stay with the hands behind the thigh. Point and flex, move that ankle around. And then when you're ready, release. Rock and roll yourself up to a seat, diamond the legs, lift the chest and fold into the groin group. Let the head rest here. Notice if you're pulling with the neck and see if you can take that tension out of the group. Tuck the chin even deeper, walk the ear over to the right. Running back through the center, chin to chest and over to the left. And then rise up. Send the right leg forward. Take the left ankle, cross it over the right thigh. Hug that right or left knee in. Take the left hand behind your hip. Cross the right tricep over the left and twist to the left. So you're actually using the strength of your arm to open the chest on the left. Bring out the wrist of the right and return through center. Uncross the leg. Recross with the opposite foot over the hip of the left. Take the right hand behind you. Left tricep, outer edge of that right hip and twist. Bringing out the wrist of the left. Taking a moment here before we move into our last bit of stretch. If you are curious about the time, it is exactly 1:46. One more stretch to go. We're going to flip the legs behind us. Hands and knees position. Curl the toes. Send it back to down dog. Good, pedal out the feet, take the right leg, lift it up and tip the hip open. Take a moment here, just feeling that stretch through the lower limb of the left and through the flexor of the right. Switch sides. Right foot comes down, left leg tips open. Stay strong through the arms. Return that left foot back to the mat, walk the hands back to the feet, bend your knees, and roll to stand for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Great work today, you guys. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram or through email. If you need to get going, go. It is 1:47 Pacific time. I'm going to go grab my kittens if you want to meet them. I'm going to unmute everybody. If you're leaving me, have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. And I hope to see you guys next week for more. Have a safe and fun 4th of July weekend. And hold please while I go look for my kittens. Here's my uni bear.
Goodness.